Hello, everybody. Hello, and continue from last week. So we know that last week we finished talking about the ego. The good news about the ego, the best thing about the ego is when you know you have ego. That's the best part about the ego. When you know you have one, you know that you are going on a good journey. Now, where did I learn that from? Actually, I was looking today on a book that I wrote not too long ago, and it's on Amazon. Okay, so when I read different verses, I put different verses together, and it's showing you about different things. So I found out that I wrote long time ago about the ego, that the best thing about the ego is when you know you have one. So what we cover so far? We cover the whole concept of how the container, the receiver work, how the light work, what is the bread of shame, what does that mean, the concept of earning. And we are stepping by step, we are getting into a place that we start to truly understand what is our purpose here. And one thing, to removal of the ego cannot be just the one thing a person needs to do. Because the ego is just something like a layers that disturbing us from getting to our true potential. So, and that's what we did. I'm just going to the note of different things that we needed to do last week, and I make some of you stand up and speak bad about yourself, speak good about yourself, if you remember. So, why do I want to receive? And we talk about the two forces living within us, the giving and the receiving. Today, what I wanted to do is to talk about the force of this universe, which what I call the force of love. And the reason it's important to talk about it, because that force can make it all different once we understand it well. Because if we, it's one of the things I wrote in the book, is love is a word that more you talk about it, less you do. And it's kind of funny. That's a funny way to start, because people talk about love. Everybody talk about love. I love that, and I love that, and I love this. And in the end of the day, nothing is, we don't do anything. We talk about it. What is really the purpose from a spiritual point of view? More important to understand it more from a spiritual point of view. Why is it very important to add love as an ingredient to our life? And what love means? Why is it so urgent? You ask everybody, what is the purpose of life? Love. Every wise person will tell you love is a purpose. Ego is not the purpose. Why? Because when we have ego, we think small. We think about me. We're thinking about how I will be important, how I will be accepted by others, how people will love me, how people approve of me, how people validate me. But I'm not connected to loving them. They're not connected to loving me. And then I draw different type of people. And don't forget, what we did in the last 3 weeks, we keep talking about giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. As the light divine is giving, as we are the receiver, and together we dance together. So if there is no love between the giver and the receiver, meaning the receiver love the giver love the receiver, and not all the time the receiver love the giver. Because when the receiver say, I love the giver, I don't think the receiver love the giver. The receiver love what the giver has to give. So it's not the true love. It's kind of, you got something that I want. I don't love you for that. I love what you have. Or maybe I want what you have. It's not even love. So we get confused with the word love. There's a lot of confusion around it. And that's why people say, this friend of mine, he grew up a lot of cows, cattle. So if you ask him, he loves cows. That's why he killed the cows and have a steak, right? So he tried to say, I love to eat the cow. I don't think the cow is kind of feel that love. But that's what he thinks love is. So many people think how it's serving them, or how it's fulfill the empty feeling that they have. And that's why it's a necessity to have a full understanding of how, according to spirituality, according to Kabbalah, according to mystical knowledge, what is the love about? Like, what are we doing with that? And to start with the idea that the reason that the divine, the creator, created this universe is that the creator want to give 100% of the love. But we are not necessarily feeling this 100% of the love. You don't wake up in the morning and you feel the universe is in love with you. Most people will tell you that they actually feel the opposite. They feel terrible. They don't feel love from the universe. They feel what is missing. They don't find their soulmate. They're going lonely. They're going to sleep lonely. They don't find the hug that they're looking for, the kiss they're looking for, the romantic event. All those things that are not happening. Where's the love? What happened? What happened? Is everybody married to their soulmate? Some people are together with someone, but it's actually a nightmare. So even the marriage, most of them not even working. So where's the love? What happened? What went wrong? We need to find out what went wrong. Because if we talk in the last 3 weeks about vessel or container or receiving, light and giving, we got to put it together, and our love is actually the glue between those two forces. In the beginning, as we spoke in lecture number 2, in the beginning, the divine gave everything. To what? To basically a force that's called the receiving force. Not all the time, when you get something, you become happy because of that. Because many times, when you get something, you might feel miserable because you couldn't earn it. Or you couldn't create something to overcome so you can feel good. You know, when you see two people, two parents, fighting for the sake of one kid, they have one purpose. They have one child with problem. As they're going through the pain and misery, they earn the relationship now. Something is happening to them. It's a beautiful thing. So without going to hell, you not find heaven. So one of the gifts about going to hell is to find who you really are, and to find if real is really real. Is the love really real? Or what you have is just self-serve things and ego trip? And that's why love has to have a purpose. So let's talk about 3 kinds of love. There is love of ourselves, love of the divine, and love of another human being. Don't forget this. Love of yourself, love of another human being, and love of the divine, the creator, God, whatever you want to call it. Now, the Torah, that was written 3,400 years ago, right? Love the neighbor as thyself. Love the neighbor as thyself, which means love the neighbor as you love yourself. Meaning, if you don't know how to love yourself, you can never love your neighbor. Or, if you don't love your neighbor, you can never love yourself. What comes first? The apple or the egg? What do we do first? Maybe if I love people, then eventually I will love myself. If I accept people with their fault, then I will be able to accept myself the way I am. And the idea is like that. If you don't have love in you toward yourself, of course you cannot love people because you don't know the language. You don't have the language. You don't know how to play that music. And if you try to love people, you don't even know how to do it because you never actually love yourself. So, for some people, and I will leave it open, they need to start by loving themselves first and then loving people. For some people, you got to love first people, and the reward for this will be loving yourself. For example, if you don't like yourself, you find some fault about yourself, you don't love yourself, go find people with the same exact problem. Love them for who they are at that moment. And the reward will be loving you as you are right now. And through that, you will have enough power to continue, enough engine in you to continue and go ahead and make it. Now, where does spirituality play a role? So far what I told you, it's kind of motivational and intellectual, and you can hear it everywhere. Spirituality give you another engine. And the two engines. One, are you experiencing the universe or God or the divine loving you? And are you loving the universe and God as much as the universe loves you? Now, that's between you and the divine. Now, that's what most people skip. Most people like to know between people. People don't develop into the spiritual essence between them and the divine. You woke up this morning. You are alive. Why? Why you've been chosen to be alive today? That means there is something that you were chosen to be doing, and only you were chosen today to be doing, that nobody else can do it. You are, and only you can do those things. Many people have dreams that come to them. They have a lot of ideas, dreams that come to them. They have to do something with their life. The question is why most people are not follow their dream and their passion and their love. Why? If you're asking them, and I ask many people, many of my friends that never fulfill and try to achieve their goals, they will tell me, Eliyahu, I'm afraid, Eliyahu, I'm afraid. That means their fear is stronger than their love. They don't feel the love of the Creator as the Creator wake them up this morning, to wake up and tell them, I woke you up this morning and I gave you an idea yesterday and I give you a dream when you went to sleep because you are the only one who can manifest it. What did you do with that dream? Nothing. And then they are 24 hours before they die, they are lying down there, all the family members come there, and they see a list of all the gifts that the Creator gave them to do. And they say, whoops, I missed it, next lifetime. Because their love didn't win the fear. When you fear win your love, you always lose. When your love win your fear, you always win. What do? First, you have to start to open that channel between you and the Creator. Between you and people, it helps. But this, you don't need Eliyahu Jian to come and speak. Anybody can tell you that. You love people, people love you, feel the love, feel the thing. Go to a restaurant, speak to some people, give a compliment, they give you back the compliment. It's good. It doesn't last. It's a battery that's short, temporary, and it's nice. And you might fall into your ego again. Because you go home and say, oh my God, I did a good job. Oh my God, I'm such a nice person. I did the 12 step. Wow, amazing. I did the Tony Robbins. Amazing. I did Les Brown. Amazing, amazing. All of this is amazing. What about me and the Creator? What me and the divine? That nobody knows what you did or what you didn't do. The approval, the acceptance of the Creator with you, with the Creator, that's between you. It's personal. Now, we study in the last 3 weeks that the light giving you everything. We don't feel everything. We don't. Why? Because we are busy mostly with that thing that I want. When I'm busy with what I want, I create this affinity. This affinity, I become different than that force of giving. That force of giving is only giving. When I'm thinking about only receiving, that what ends up happening is I create different type of form from what giving me. I become the opposite of that. So I'm no longer can connect to that. I'm only connect to the thing that I don't have. Then what I draw is the fulfillment for the thing that I don't have. But what is the engine that keep working? I don't have. I don't connect to the love of the divine giving it to me. I think I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. A father buy a car to his son. Is the son feel the love of the father buying a car for the son, or he busy with the new car that he bought him? New car. What happened to the love of the father? How come the kids don't experience the love of the father? And he will never will. Because he is attending one thing. Receiving of the car. That wasn't the attention of the Father. The car is just a manifestation of love that the Father want to give. The child never received it. The child received the car, but they never received the love. So sad. It happened in so many families. And that's why love, you know, when we talk about love in so many pages in this book, what are we supposed to do? How do you transfer from a giver to a receiver the love? You have people I'm sure you love. You buy them gift, you write to them a note. What makes them receive it or not receive it? And that's the secret of tonight. And once you understand how the divine work, you will understand how people work. The divine give you 100% unconditional love. How do you know it? I think I said in one of my lecture. If a killer go to kill someone, how come he's still alive? If there is divine and you believe in the Creator, he knows that he's going to kill someone. Why he doesn't kill him before he go to kill? Because everybody has a free will. You have still a chance. Meaning that you have still the chance to make it or fail. So the Creator is still loving you, still give you the energy. And will never stop. Now, when I give somebody from Europe, called me today for a session, said, Eliyahu, I have a question for you. What's the difference between pleasing and sharing? I said, pleasing is when you care only what people think of you. So you're actually stealing their soul, but you give them a gift. You give them a Tiffany, but you took their soul. You killed them, but you put Tiffany on their neck as a mark of death. Tiffany or whatever, food or whatever. That's pleasing. Sharing is when you give. You don't care what they think of you or what they don't, because you really share with them. What happens when two people meet? That can create codependency. I'm giving you what you give me. I'm giving you a hug, you give me a smile. I'm giving you a compliment, you give me a check. I'm giving you wisdom or advice, you give me back to use your car for a week. We exchange energy, but that's not love. It's not love. Love is I'm giving. Love is giving. Now, if the receiver is not capable to receive that love, that means something is blocking. What is blocking? He doesn't care about you. He cares about what you can give them. If you give pure love, when you give the car, when you give the money, when you give whatever it is, you gave pure love, it doesn't matter anymore from your point of view. They have to work on themselves out to learn to receive. Because the art of receiving love is also love. Because if you want to give $100 million right now, and nobody wants from you the $100 million, you suffer. You suffer. You're not happy. Nobody. You come to people and say, can you receive, please, a charity I want to give? No, we don't want nothing from you. How is the one who want to give will feel? Terrible. So the receiver play a big role here if it's real. Because without a receiver, you can never become a giver. So that's with money. What about if you want to give a compliment, but there is nobody to give the compliment to? Then you're lonely and miserable, and what are you going to do? You have so much love to give and compliment to give. The divine is giving love all the time. We are not experiencing it because we're living in fear. What's going to be tomorrow? Am I going to end up my life alone? Am I not going to have money? Am I going to be healthy? So I'm busy with my fear. I'm not living my life to a full capacity of what life can be with love. We keep some power for later. People cut the love life into chapter. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. They have time. We're planning. What are you planning? What are you planning? God doesn't plan. God gives. Planning come after. If you plan, you're afraid. People who plan are afraid. What are you planning? Because you're afraid. You're planning. Planning. I don't know what's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be. So you don't fully live your life in a full capacity. Are you going to think if to say to a person, I love you or I don't love you? Because you're afraid they're going to judge you or not? Or you're going to tell them, I love you, so then they can give you whatever you want? You are the one who suffer, not them. The divine never worked like that. It's 100% pure love. Why we don't allow it in? Simply because we don't believe it's possible. I did sin yesterday, I did a crime yesterday, I did the wrong thing yesterday. The creator point, it doesn't matter. The love is love, pure. Now, with the time, human beings start to learn that, you know what? I'm so happy that the creator loved me, now I can get whatever I want. But whatever you want is not what the creator tried to give you. The creator tried to give you that great feeling of love. And that's why you start meeting people like you. What is the people like you? They also want something. And then you end up with the wrong people. Not because it's bad, because like attract like, meaning the law of attraction. You're always going to end up with a certain type of people. So you must overcome them. You must commit tonight that you have to overcome it. You have to connect to the first as a receiver. Ask for yourself, from your soul. I'm open to receive the love of the divine. That's the first step. Don't just get out of this door tonight and say, okay, I want to love everybody. You're not there yet. First, do you know how to receive love? Do you know how to receive the love? Do you feel the love every moment? Do you feel it? Every moment. Every moment. Or you're falling into the insecurity, self-doubt. People who are self-doubting themselves, they don't feel the love of the Creator. They're feeling their ego. That's why they're self-doubting themselves. Who are they busy with? Themselves. Insecurity, themselves. Nothing. If you ask God, I think I'm insecure. Well, really, I didn't hear about it. Okay, what is insecurity? From God's point of view, what is that even? I give you all the love you need. You don't need to be insecure. So what are you insecure really about? Not about yourself. You're insecure if the upper force really like you or not. You have the best partner with you, on your side, 100%, not 90, not 80, 100%. That blockage, until we don't remove it, we cannot feel our purpose of love. Now, from a spiritual point of view, from Rabbi Isaac Luria point of view, gate of reincarnation, the purpose of a human's life is to love each other. That's why we are here. If you want to know what we're doing here, we need to learn to love each other. But if you never experience the love of the divine, the love of the Creator toward you, you cannot experience it with human. Because what you're going to experience with human is all day long, how can I get from them what I don't have? You have a bad day, you go drink with your friend at the bar, or dance, or eat, or whatever, I don't know what you guys doing. So now I feel there is enough people loving me. No, you don't feel love. I'm sorry to tell you this. Misery loves company. You are miserable, so you have joined a company of miserable. And everybody compare on the bar who is more miserable. So it was no love that being shared there. There's no love. So the Creator couldn't come to the bar. But at the worst moment of your life, are you sitting with yourself and say, Master of the world, open my heart to receive love, not to give, to receive. So I can be open. We call that chakra, it's in the heart chakra, it's the green. Okay? I'm opening my chakra, my heart chakra, and I'm willing to receive the love that divine want to give me. Question, can you do that? Because if you cannot do that, guys, we don't even, so what's the point? Because we are created as a container, as a vessel to receive. The divine, God created us to receive. And what the divine want to give us is unconditional love. And until we don't feel that, we cannot love ourselves enough. Until we don't love ourselves, we cannot love others. So there is A, B, and C. A, B, and C. You know, there is a story that my master used to share. It's about two people. That one of them were judged to death because he didn't pay tax. He had a family in another town. So he asked his friend who lived in that town, said to him, can you replace me? I'm going to go say goodbye to my family. and then I'm going to talk to the king that he will go instead of him. You understand, right? So he go to the king and say, listen, this friend of mine, I have to go say goodbye to my family because anyway, tomorrow the king has to kill him at 1 p.m. Now this is 11 a.m. the day before. So he asks his friend if his friend can stay in prison. So if he doesn't come back, he will kill his friend. What friend will agree to do that, right? True love, self-sacrifice. So the friend say, no problem. 1 p.m. I'm here, they're going, he going to prison, he going to the cell. The king agree. So if he doesn't come back, he kill his best friend. He going to be with his family. 12 o'clock, the king come to the cell and say, listen, your friend didn't show up. I'm so sorry, but the laws is the laws. I cannot look like a fool as a king. I have to kill you. But I will make sure 1 p.m. we're not going to do it earlier, so don't worry. But we have to prepare you. We have to prepare your neck, your thing, everything. So you get him out. It's already preparation. 12:30. It's getting late. And from 12:55, they already announced what the crime. Or they tell the people who are come to see it. Then they see 12:50, a little bit after that. Somebody from a distance. Wait. It's almost 1 o'clock, 12:59, but it's far. So the gentleman who replacing him, supposed to die instead of him, say to the king, don't stop. Don't wait for him. We had a deal. If he's not arriving at 1, you have to take me. King said, this guy crazy. I mean, we can see him. We don't see him clear, but he's screaming. He will be here like at 1:03. So we arrived. The king was wondering, what's going on here? And they start fighting, the two gentlemen. And they start going to the king and said, the guy who was the replacer said, you late at 1. I'm supposed to be the one that the king killed. The other one say, oh, but you didn't do anything bad. It was me that's supposed to be killed. They start fighting, an argument for 20 minutes. The king find it very weird. And say, two of you come to my office, I want to have a little chat with you. And the king asked all the servant to leave, and he stayed with two of them. I said, what is going on here? They tell him, listen, we're best friends. We're best friends, and we're ready to die for each other, no matter what. We had this promise 30 years ago. And we love each other. The king say, if I kill one, it's like I kill two, I cannot. And to kill two of you, it's not something I want to do. So I'm going to let two of you leave. You're both going to stay alive. Because I never found two people ready to die for each other. This is unheard of. And the story that my master used to tell it, it's have a message. How do you get to this level? How do you get? It's a beautiful story, right? I mean, how many people are you ready to die for? How many people are you ready to take a bullet for? I mean, it's the selfish behavior of a human being is we want to stay alive. I want to stay as long as possible. People don't want to die. It's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is stay alive. Even if you suffer, stay alive. You're 94, you hardly can walk, stay alive. Yeah, you go with me to Florida, I show you places. People there, they can't breathe by themselves, they have an oxygen machine, they're suffering every day. But they want to stay alive. And they don't want to die for another person. What is this story meant to tell us? If you didn't find love in you, you didn't understand yet the Creator, all what your inner engine will feel like, I want to get more, I want to get more. Those type of people don't really enjoy life. They're living in fear. They're living in fear, and they're very careful with everything they do. And they might be surviving the journey, but they never actually be part of the journey. They survive the journey, but they never make the journey. And you take Rabbi Isaac Luria, the one who wrote most of the Kabbalistic book. He lived till 38 years old. We still study every word that you write. You take people like King Solomon. He died when he was 52 years old. King David, 70 years old. Do you feel that you pushing yourself to love, to receive love, and to connect to the love of the Creator? Because if you don't have those three, it doesn't really matter if you're alive or not. It's like, okay, you're born, you die, good luck. That's it. I mean, when you, I don't know, I don't wish it to nobody here, but if you ever go to a cemetery to bury someone, most of the things you hear people said, he was too young, or she was too young. I don't know if you ever heard it. He didn't complete his mission. It's sad. Why is it sad? Because people were waiting for something. But nothing is coming, guys. Nothing is coming. You make it happen. Do you love today with a full capacity? Do you love today with a full capacity? Do you feel the love of the Creator with a full capacity? And if you don't, you're missing on life. It's like you never been alive. It doesn't really matter. So, love equal all in. You know, all in, like when people play poker, all in. You cannot be, let me try it. You don't try, you don't taste love. You don't try to fix it. You're all in. You cannot be half. You're all in. You lose, you gain. What you want to gain from love is two things. The capability of acting like the vessel, the container, the receiving of love, and to acting like the Creator, like the divine, the giving of love. That's the two game. If you don't know how to receive love, you're destroying the relationship. If you don't know how to give love, you're destroying the relationship. So people who don't know how to give love, of course they're destroying, that's obvious. But what about the receiver? The receiver never gives a chance to the giver to do anything. So they are destroying even more. Because the one who already have love in their heart to give, they're destroying them that they cannot come to a full manifestation of the love of what is that they want to give. Sad. That's our romantic relationship falling apart. What is romantic relationship basically? One give, one receive. One receive, one give. Take turn. That's what true romantic relationship, that's what it is. One act like a giver, like the light, like the divine. One act like the container, the receiver. That's it. That's what love in a relationship. When are people fighting? Two sides want to give or two sides want to receive. When is it coming out? Usually the divorce. People get divorced. What happened? Everybody pull. Mine. That's mine. That's mine. What happened? You just get married in one of those islands in the Caribbean, right? You did like well in Aruba, right? You went to Aruba and on the sand. I've never been in Aruba, so whatever going on there. On the sand, on the sunset, and everything, flowers, wine. People came, you paid $250,000, forget the money, but now you're killing each other. What happened? Because I had a dream, right? I had a dream that you're getting married with somebody, so it's a missing link in my life, and you fulfilled this dream. I don't actually love you, but I will marry you. Because I was on empty, and you happened to come. Grab this person, let's go to Aruba, spend $250,000, and we marry. I give you a ring, you're happy. I give you engagement, you're happy. Food is good, things are good, drink is good, wonderful. 1 year later, what is this? Same thing on the other side. So what happened? Two sides want to receive. They're killing each other. Because two containers cannot live together. You have to take turn. Giving, receiving. What if people want to give too? They're going to hate each other. It will be flat. It will be flat. Because how is it work? Romantic relationship. And again, everybody has to be engaging their romantic life. There's no such a thing, I'm not into anything. You have to. Part of your spiritual journey is romantic relationship, is love relationship. It's not maybe, it's a must. A person is not trying to build a romantic relationship. The love relationship is they're not living a spiritual life. Not that they don't live a love life or a romantic life. The other way around. If you not have a romantic life, if you don't have a love life, you don't care about your spiritual journey. It's your mission here. It's not a maybe mission. It's a mission. It's how you practice spirituality. The easiest way to connect to spirituality is through relationship. The easiest way. You learn so much. Now, if two people start giving each other, they both start to play the light. I want to give you. No, I want to give you. I want to give you. No, I want to give. Both of them become God. Can you put two gods in the same room? Impossible. Two God. God has everything. The other God has everything. Do you want me to make dinner for you? No, I'm okay. Do you want me to buy the paper? No, I'm okay. I order it online. Do you want me? So what? It dies. It's nothing. That's when there is only giving. So from here we learn tonight that love has to act both ways. Love has to act also in the receiving point, but not receiving the item. I'm here to receive the energy that you want to give me, that through that you manifest yourself. I'm allowing you to manifest yourself. How is the child come to the world? One side receive, one side give. Sperm, egg, receiving, right? But the quality of the child depends on the consciousness of the parents. Is the receiver was thinking about themselves, and is the giver was thinking about themselves. If the giver think about themselves, it's ego trip. If the receiving think about themselves, that's selfish. And then when the child born, I say, hey, what's wrong with the kids? What's wrong with the parents? Forget the kids. What do you want from the kids? It's all a perfect spiritual journey. So the reason I put it here, usually, when I teach love and relationship, I put it very advanced. But the reason I put it in kind of the beginner levels of understanding spirituality is because I make that decision that without people understanding it right from the beginning, they're missing on life. And they can be so spiritual. But there is one thing I'm going to ask you. Do you know how to receive love? Do you know how to give love? And you have to practice it daily with everyone. It's not only romantically with the loved one and your soulmate. Everybody tell me, I'm looking for my soulmate. What my answer usually for them? Find somebody who look like your soulmate. Can you do that? So why, Eliyahu, listen, I'm soulmate, the spiritual. So forget spiritual thing. Forget your guru who tell you looking for your soulmate. Because if you stop practicing love, forget when you find your soulmate, what are you going to tell her? What are you going to tell him? What are you going to do together? What did you practice? How to receive love, how to give love? So practice. Practice or not your soulmate. Because like who your soulmate, it's come with the numbers in the back of the head. Hey, soulmate, it's a Jian soulmate, take this one. Number 81, go there. What is that soulmate business? Where does it come from? Where does it come from? Some guru came up with a soulmate business. Yes. Is it exist? It is. Is it written in a book? Yes, thousands of years ago. I saw it in a book. But guys, it's the excuse of not being with someone because I didn't find my soulmate. It is only the excuse. Once you said, I'm going for love. I'm not going, because soulmate, once you engage with this type of engine, it's engine of receiving again. You don't care about your soulmate, you care about the missing piece of not finding your soulmate. And because of that, you don't look for love. You're looking for, again, somebody to complete a part of you that you didn't find. You don't care about that. So practice love. Learn to receive love. Learn to give love. That's what it's all about. Because if you don't do that, forget about it. We live in fear, as I said before. Fear. Because fear kills love. You're afraid, you have no love. What are you afraid of? I mean, people rather go to sleep alone than going one step towards somebody they like. What's alone? Hate your life until you get used to it. Then you get used to it. Okay, you become a professional lonely. Wow. Why? Just why? There's so much opportunity there. What are you willing to do to be with someone, even the wrong person, that you can practice your love? Practice your love. Am I capable to receive? Now, you cannot be with somebody who abuses you or just take from you. Why? Because if you be with somebody like that, you're destroying them. Because they take it until they die. They don't practice love. And you are giving, and they're receiving. You enjoy, you go with, like I say, with ego. Oh, I'm so special, I'm giving everything, and they give me nothing. Same for special. Most of abused women, abused men, living in a relationship like that because there is an ego trip there. What's the ego trip? I'm special. I'm beat up by the universe, and that's why I'm in this situation. But they don't care about the person who beat them up. They don't care. What about that person who beat them up? What about them? They will never experience the chance of giving love. No, they don't care. They care about them, that they overcome the fear of leaving. But what about the other person? Oh, they don't care. Think about it, guys. It's so sad. So sad. Anyway, how do we build it? How do we build it? So, let's start to see how we build it. Well, when we talk about life, it's written in the book of Kabbalah by Rav Ashlag. It says, Yotzer or, form light, and create darkness. Now, the word create in Kabbalah is more elevated. The word form is lower. So you should say, create light and form darkness. But it didn't say that. It say form light and create darkness. So, the explanation to that is because darkness not exist. It's something that you need to create. How do you create darkness? Darkness means something you don't have, or a receiving force. How much passion do you have to create a desire for true love? Don't fall. Don't fall, guys. Don't fall. It's very easy to fall. I didn't say to have desire for things you don't have. How much desire you have in you for things that want to come to you, not for things you don't have. Listen, don't fall. Okay? But it's very easy to fall. Once you connect to things you don't have, you live in fear. Once you connect to the desire for things that want to be given to you, you connect to love. You with me on that? It's very deep. It's very deep. Again, for example, I don't have a private jet, right? I think none of us have a private jet. So, but there is private jet in your journey that was supposed to give it to you tomorrow. You're supposed to get private jet tomorrow, plus a check of $50 million. Not bad, right? You want it because you don't have it. That's not love. So you don't know how to receive love. We need to connect not to what we don't have, because that's connect to our fear. We need to connect to what exists in the universe and what the universe want to give us. This is a change in awareness. It's a change in awareness. It's walking in the street and say, Master of the universe, here I am. I remember, I don't remember the story, but somebody called me and told me the story from New York. So I used to train people how to overcome fear of sell, and how to go and talk to people about whatever they want to sell. So I used to train them. So I had one gentleman that I knew him before, but then I met him again in the training. So the boss asked me to take him and train him to overcome his fear. So I took him to Park Avenue. I don't know if you know New York. I said, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not into sell. Leave me alone. So I think they were selling, in those days, Xerox was very big things. I don't know if you remember that. The copy machine, yeah. So he was working for somebody that I know. So he has like about 30 salespeople. He was a good-looking man, perfect English, American. What can I tell you? Every girl will fall to his feet. Every guy will fall to his feet. People like him. He's the best. But when it's come to sell, he doesn't want to sell. So he asked me to work with him because he was such an amazing human being. So I sat with him and said, okay, what's going on? What do you experience? Tell me what's going on. So Eliyahu, you know, I can't. My ego is controlling me. My fear, what if they say no? What if they say... And I worked with him 3 times, nothing worked. So I took him to Park Avenue, going back to the story. If you know Park Avenue, you know, and those, I think it's called Pan Am building, the thing there. So I'm going to 90th Street. So we're looking from the park. Usually people don't stop in the middle. You know, if you know Park Avenue work both sides. This is one avenue work both sides. So I'm going all the way to 90. And I said, now I want you to look down. People thought we were crazy, I remember, because you know New York, people are walking there. So now lift your hand. So what are you doing, Eliyahu? I didn't sign for that. So your boss say you sign whatever I tell you to sign. So okay. So lift your hand and please repeat after me and say this avenue belongs to me. Say, Eliyahu, but it's not. So just please do me a favor. Say this avenue belongs to me. Say this avenue belongs to me. Everything on this avenue belongs to me. The building, the worker, the bosses, everything is mine. And repeat. It took me time with it, 3 weeks. We had to repeat that mantra again and again. I'm willing, then we get to that point. That's the point I want to get to. I'm willing to receive from this avenue, whatever this avenue want to give me. And he started crying. He said, why are you crying? I said, I can't receive that. I said, why not? I said, I don't know. I said, do you feel you deserve to receive all the copy machine that this avenue want to buy from you? I said, I can. I said, okay, we're going to work on that. You have to break through your fear of maybe not to, it's almost like gambling or fate, if you wish. You have to go into a risk thing, overcome your fear, and know that the universe want to give you this. You got to get into the, I know the universe want to give me that. I'm not going to try to ride the bicycle. I don't know how to ride the bicycle. I'm riding a bicycle. I'm not going to try to swim. You know that feeling? Try to swim. Oh, I don't know how to swim. I'm very good in swimming. I'm swimming. What is his name? That guy who won the medals. Michael Phelps. Okay? So he doesn't say, I know how to swim. He swim. That's good enough, right? Swim. Bravo. You get it. Once this guy in Park Avenue get to a point, I had to go with him after that. It was very difficult. So we go to doors, if you know, I think it was 37th Street and Park. There's an office building. Knock on the door, big company. They're on 4th floor. And we offer them like, so I said, what am I doing here? I said, very simple. Remember, this company is yours. So why am I here? So you come to remind them that they didn't pay for the copy machine. You bring the copy machine to them, and you're just reminding them. I said, yeah, but it's not true. I said, well, you have to make up a story like it is true until you make it. So why? Because I'm Israeli. American people say, fake it till you make it. You say it or you don't say it. So yes, we do say it. And can you imagine? I don't know if you know New York. We are next to the elevator, screaming at each other, training. So we do say it. I say, okay, now from fake it, we're going to make it. We're not going to get stuck and fake it. So, okay, we're getting there. And I say, I don't care if you sell. I don't care if you don't make. I don't care nothing. I want you to get to your core and understand that when you're knocking on that door, you're changing perspective. And that was the hardest thing. And once he broke this, he became the one successful guy. When you knock on the door, I want you to think this way. When they opened the door, they came to you. He didn't go to them. So, my God, I can. You can. You can. So, look at the door. The door opened. It was funny. In the beginning, I'm going to skip the whole story. Because in the beginning, you know, he speaks perfect. Way better than me. He's the best. He's best in everything. He just had to break through that. Open the door. And then, it's only a change in the mind, what he needed to do, that he felt they came to him. Once he changed it, everything's smooth. And it's all come core, inner core of him. He didn't know how to receive. He didn't know how to receive. His sign of zodiac was Leo. So he had the pride, too much of the pride. Once he learned how to receive love, for not disturbing the journey of what God want to do with his life, not just his life, for the universe, then everything opened up. He became the most successful guy. That's in business. It can happen romantically. It can happen with your health. do you walk around and say this universe was created only for me? Everybody else is a player. Have a little ego. Play with it a little bit. Walk around. It's the most beautiful thing. Practice that. Walk to an hotel. Make the walk. You know how to make the walk when you walk in a hotel. Hey, walk. Make the walk. Don't make, I'm not sure I deserve that or I deserve this. Don't go into that, because when you walk into this kind of thing and you don't feel you deserve, that what end up happening is a blockage of that love that the universe want to give you. And once you pass through that, everything starts to shift. Remember that. But the receiving of the love from the divine is the beginning of everything. If you don't pass through that, forget about loving human beings. People tell you love people, and people love you, and you feel it. Do you feel that you've been chosen by the divine to have everything? If you don't believe in that, forget about it. Then you're going to pray to God. You can become religious. You put yarmulke, cross, something, pray 5 times a day for what? For fulfilling the thing you don't have. So you try to fool down the divine. God, I need some money. God, I need some soulmate. God, I need some health. You don't care about God. You are looking for the supply person to give you what you don't have. So what are you living? You're living your fear. You're not living the love. You don't feel the love. The Creator just sent you everything, and you are busy with what? You didn't get the private jet. The Creator said, did you get the private jet? Why not? Because you're busy with the thing you don't have. What about the thing that you don't even imagine you're supposed to get? Because you don't even have desire. Open yourself daily. Daily, say, Divine Master of the world, I'm here to receive all the great love you want to give me. If you don't do that, then you're living your fear. You don't live in your dream. Forget about your dream. Forget about love. You're living your fear, and you try to make the fear go away. That's all what you do. And you call it spirituality, or you call it religion, or you call it self-help group, or you tell it motivational talk. Forget about motivation. Forget about even my lecture. If all what you listen to is just my lecture and you do nothing about it, forget about listening to it. It will not help you. Do something about it. Go and do something about it. Because just a lecture, it's a nice thing. It's a wonderful thing. You know my life. You know what I did. I changed my life, what is it, 6 months ago? 6 months ago. I could live comfortably. I could have a nice life. It wasn't what I love. It was a fear. Do I want to live a fear, or I want to live love? That's a question. What the Creator want to give me is endless. Endless of love. And how much love I feel from the Creator every minute. How can you not love people after that, when you experience that? Now you worry about loving people? Why you practice loving people all day long? You're taking another course, another course, another course. How to talk to your wife when she loves you. How to talk to your husband when he forgives you. How many books written on this material? How many books? My God, 1,000. I myself read another book and another book and another course. How many? I'm dying from that. Like, how many books? One thing, be open for the love of the divine. Everything will get simple. You walk around, I want to hear the tree say, I love you. We want to give you everything. The flower, the cat, the dogs. Yes, the test will be when things not working right. The test will be sitting in a restaurant, you order pizza, you're getting, I don't know, steak. Wrong thing will happen. Has to happen. It's only to see what's inside of you. Are you receiving the love? Remember, most people talk about giving love. Not a lot of people understanding that the game here, the Creator created this universe so He can give. And we manifest the Creator. How you manifest the Creator? By receiving love from the Creator. But if you don't believe that the Creator loves you, you are destroying the universe every day. So those insecure people, those miserable people, victim people, they are more destroying the world than the people who are egomaniac. Because the egomaniac has chance. Because they start to feel, I deserve this Ferrari. So it's dirty because they're busy with their things, but at least they are connecting to that receiving force. Now, there is a story from the Holocaust, one of my favorite stories. It's 2 people who love each other. He was 20, she was 19. They're about to get married. They're both Jewish. Orthodox Jew. And the Nazi came to their city in Warsaw, in Poland, and they separated the man and the woman 1 hour before the wedding. So they tried, the rabbi pushed. That's a true story, it's amazing. She went to her place, and he went to her place. And was doing the war in the end of the war. 3 years later, they both survive. And they say that if they survive, they will meet in the palace where we're supposed to get married. But after the war, I don't know if you know Europe, it was destroyed, which means half building, I don't know if you know those places. And so they both went there, but they were ashamed. He didn't look like a man anymore. You know, they shaved his head, they took part of his tooth, he broke some tooth. She never brushed his hair, she was shaved too. She doesn't look like she was sexy, she was beautiful. He was cool and muscly. So they decide to walk in to the place, but there is pieces of mirror. It's a beautiful story. I'm telling you the show. And this is the first time she looked at herself. And she saw how she looked like. She was so ashamed. She wanted to go. She went out from the palace. She was so ashamed. She said, I cannot let him see me like that. I will come in another month after I take care of myself and come back. He walked from the other side. Also, you know, those used to be beautiful palace. Pieces of mirrors on the wall, and he see himself, and he see how ugly he looked like. Where is his muscle? Where is this? His body is like that. After 3 years, he's broken, cut everywhere on his face. So he said, oh my God, I have to be like a man. I cannot be like that. And he walked out. As he walked out, on one side of the palace, she's on the other. You know, everything is destroyed. I don't know how to describe to you. Try to think blocks on the floor, some dead body, fire. They're both in the same place, but from both different sides. And they're both sitting on the dirt crying, ashamed of themselves, that they are not capable to receive love as they are now. Because they say, I cannot receive love as I am. Look at it, it's all about receiving. Then they walk as a giver back. It's a true story, guys, it's beautiful. They walk as a giver and say, I don't care about that, but I want to give love. I want to be with somebody that I loved before, and I want to see. And they met each other, and they look at each other, but they didn't recognize each other. And the woman will start crying, he started crying, and he started the conversation. He said, I'm so sorry that, I said, sorry for what? You look better and better than the way I saw you even before the marriage. And she was ashamed, missing tooth, this, that, shaved the head, and say, you look amazing. You look the most sexy I ever see you before. And they got married, but the story there, when you have the capability to love, after they survived the Holocaust and many of their friends died, they were able to receive the love of the Creator in a moment like that. That's a win. So the win of life, if you're capable to feel the love of the divine coming to you, because you are a vessel, as we explained in lecture number 1. We are a container. And as a container, if you don't know how to receive the love of the Creator, not the item of the Creator, because most of us try to manipulate the Creator to get things that might make me happy. I want you, as a homework, to make a list of the thing that you think stopping you from receiving the love of the divine. What is that, those things? I want you to do it at home, when you come back home. What will be the list of things? And really, because if you find out what it is, your life will change. What will be the list of the thing? Make a list. That disturbing you from allowing the Creator to love you. Once you find out what it is, I promise you, your life will never be the same. Because when you remove that part or that blockage, everything will start opening up. And that's why tonight, when I was preparing for the class, I realized that it's so important to share it with people, because most people, when we talk about love, they're always thinking about buying a gift, giving somebody something, make them happy. Nobody think about receiving. But remember, the receiving part, I just want to finish with that, can be dangerous too. Why? Because if you start being just a receiver, You might focus on the items that they want to give you. You're not going to focus on them. And that's why most people don't like the Creator. They like what the Creator can give them. And that's why it can become addictive. What you want from the other person to serve the fear of not having it can become addictive, even wanting them. So a lot of people end up with codependency. And that's why if a person don't know how to receive those love from the Creator, from the divine, those are the people eventually will destroy. Not just love life, they destroy the universe. Because they don't know how to receive, they don't feel the universe is full of life. If you look at the history of our universe in the last 2,000 years, the people who destroyed the world never felt that the divine gave them everything they can imagine. The opposite. They felt that they don't have enough and they got to do something and kill here and kill there. And I just hope with tonight's class and next week we're going to talk more about the depth of love from a reincarnation point of view, to understand more the depth of it. But tonight what I want to cover is to understand the importance of love, the importance of relationship, the importance of romantic relationship. That it's not like somebody supposed to have it and the other one not. I remember when my father died, I asked my mom if she has somebody in her mind, romantically. And not right away, but after a while, she told me, well, there is this guy who sometimes comes to see me. So he seemed like he likes you. And my sister, look at me, I don't have brother, I have only sister. Are you out of your mind? So why am I out of mind? The purpose of life is a romantic relationship. That's why I never judge people romantically if they want to be together. No, sometimes you're going to end up with just a companion, which is just somebody to go to the movie to and eat ice cream with. It's good too. You can practice there too. Practice on any levels, the level of love. Have a conversation with everybody. Level of receiving love. Now, you're not always going to hit it right. You might come from your selfish point of view. You might come from your fear. But at least if you try, step by step, you're going to get better. But don't forget, every day, 5 minutes is the minimum time. I want you to open your hand every day and say, Divine, I feel your love, I'm receiving your love, and I'm willing to receive all the love that you want to give me. I become the vessel that will manifest you. Thank you.